There are forces that will knock me up out the game.
That's right.
Come on.
Allah came not to make pimps, not to make prostitutes, not to even make preachers. Allah came to make gods.
That's right.
That's right.
Now you said he came to make gods. That's deep. We are taught that Allah came 9,000 miles by himself. And we're at a point, some of us, we're so scared and mixed up in the mind, we are afraid to be alone.
Amen.
But if he came 9,000 miles by himself, what does that teach you and I?
Come on, sis.
There has to be a transformation that will take place in you and I when we are alone.
Right. Hallelujah.
Teach.
We are a people
Scared to bite?
that have been robbed of everything.
Come on. Everything.
Everything. It's like imagine going down the street and you're walking and you get robbed.
Yeah.
They don't just take your shoes. They don't just take your hat. They take your shirt, your pants, and your undergarments.
That's right.
And don't forget your wallet was in the pants that they took.
Right.
So your identity has been taken.
Stuck that go.
I want to read something that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
What?
he said he always encouraged his followers to ask questions and to learn all about ourselves, which is the essence of everything in Allah's divine creation. He said, don't take everything for face value. Probe into the deepest secrets of life and the life forces. As Sister Connie proceeded and she had given me a call and she asked, she said, dear sister, would you be willing to come up to Dallas, Muhammad Mosque number 48 and speak to the believers? But can you deliver? We want it to be from the Dianetic standpoint. Will you be willing to do that? I thought in my mind, well, if I said no, that's saying no to Allah, right?
Yes, ma'am.
See, whenever something is put upon you, black man and woman, you got to know where it comes from. So instantly I said, all praises are due to Allah. Then if that's what Allah wants, guess what? That's what Allah gets. So as she asked me that question, she said, well, do you have something? And I was like, well, I can use a lecture that I used in San Antonio. I had just spoken 2 weeks ago in San Antonio, Texas. So I could use that, praise be to Allah. But then it is that we plan, and Allah plan, and Allah is the best of planners. So Allah said, He says that I'm going to give you what to say to my people. He said the problems that San Antonio may have may not be the problems in Dallas, Texas. So why would you take the problems from one and bring it to another? So I said, yes, sir, dear Father. Whatever you want. So I had to then become what? An open vessel. Because you can't be a closed vessel to receive the words from him. You can't be a closed ear to receive the words from Almighty God, Allah.
That's right.
So with that, this is how Unveiling the Secrets of Allah came about.
Come on.
I wanted to look at two of our words. Unveiling. The definition is to remove a veil or covering from, especially uncover, a new monument or work of art as a part of a public ceremony. It's going to unveil it.
Come on.
I'm going to move it.
Come on.
Let's look at the word secrets. Something is kept or meant to be kept unknown or unseen by others. Something that is not properly properly understood can be a mystery, right? So we're going to look at how to unveil, how to move something that is a covering over the eyes, something that has been kept quiet, what they call in the streets, on the down low.
Come on.
But let's look at a secret. A secret is real. Because you know, it can be so hidden and so secretive, we can hide those things from ourselves.
Yes, we can.
We can say all day long the black man and black woman is God, but how do you know?
Because you're the sister.
How do you know? So there's so many different levels to secrets.
Never be like that.
Remember when you were young and you used to have your little friends and you used to do what? Whisper in the ear? Why? Because you didn't want those that were around to hear what you had to say.
Right.
So what you had to say had become a mystery to all those that were around you.
Come on.
So you have the childhood secrets. Sisters, we have secrets, right? We won't tell the brothers some things, the sister secrets. Brothers, you got your brother secrets.
What?
And then there are the divine secrets. Well, there's always a secret, but there's always a solution to solve, but there's always something that will be revealed.
That's right, when you cipher.
Did you know that God have secrets?
Come on. Absolutely.
Let's start.
So you say that, Sister Christina, this is where you're tripping right here. See, I was with you until you were talking about that God have secrets.
Uh-oh.
God ain't gotta have no secrets.
The dear cipher.
That's a grown man. He created you. Let's look at some of these things. Both Bible and Holy Quran teaches this directly and indirectly. We are taught that God sees, hears, right?
Right.
We're taught that he had meetings with people, he has emotions, right? But that's all it gave us. It didn't give us anything else. So after that, you've got to go and reveal the secret.
Come on.
According to the scripture, we know that one day says that God will come.
He said.
How would he get here? What would it look like? These things become mysteries. They are what? Secrets to men and women. Right? So then we have Moses that went up to the mountain and he met with whom? He met with God. Well, hold on, Moses. Why did you have to go up? Why couldn't you speak with everybody else? So therefore, there was a private meeting that had to be taking place. So the people that were looking at this thing were saying, I want to know the secrets.
Right, same medical law.
What are the secrets of Allah? Did you know that Allah is present in every one of us today? Did you know that?
Right.
Now, what does that look like, though?
Orange juice.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Do we understand? Are we at that level yet of understanding? Because if you know better, you what? Do better. And when you understand something, it becomes that easy just to make it manifest, to make it happen.
That's right.
Can't see a cipher.
To understand this fight, black men and women that we're in, we got to understand the differences between this black and white thing.
Come on.
And what I'm about to talk about today, by the end of our conversation, everybody that walks out of here today, you should be able to look at yourself differently. You should there in turn should be able to look at the black man and woman and see God. Because the secret lies within you.
Come on.
The secret lies within myself. Let's move up a little bit. Black man and woman, what is your makeup? Who made you? Why are you here? Why is this world so afraid of you.
So you got 10
Come on.
disciples.
It's a secret. See, we're taught, we just look at this thing and we say, oh, they just hating on us. Why are there so many killings from our black men today? It's not just the men anymore. These are our future men that will be growing up, our little babies.
Messiah disciple.
What's happening today? Why do they hate us so much?
Right.
Because of Christ.
Now look. Jesus says that the kingdom of God is found in you. The kingdom. We heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan break down the kingdom. Who is the king where? In your dome.
Right.
But it's here.
Right.
In your head, in your minds, and who screwed our minds all up. We are taught that Allah came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. And if you remember, sisters and brothers, when you first heard this thing sounded kind of strange.
Ew.
How did Allah come in the person of a man that was born 1877? How does this take place? More secrets, right? We're going to get into it. I need you to bear with me as I come into this thing because I have to be very, very careful. Because again, remember, mistakes shall not what? Exist amongst the laborers. How did he appear into a body like you and I?
Come on, come on.
What was his gateway, his entry code? Who let him in? I want to do a quick biology lesson. I want to talk to us today about something called a pineal gland.
Ask my disciple.
Have you ever heard of such a thing? Pineal gland. Let's look at the pineal gland. I want us to look at the connection between, it's a connection between the spiritual world and the what? Physical world. Now let's take a look at this gland. This gland is in the very center of the brain. The kingdom of God is in where? Now listen. Some call it the third eye.
Yes, ma'am.
How many eyes do you have? Two that what we see. The two that we see which will lead us to show us into this physical realm of the world. But where does that third eye exist? That is the eye that shows us into the spiritual, the higher realm of things.
Go somewhere, go somewhere.
Some call it the seat of the soul.
That's right.
Thank you. Let's look at this. Pineal gland. It's the size of a pea.
Come on.
But look now. It's back behind the pituitary gland. Now, black people, check this out. There has been so many surgeries of removing the pituitary gland.
Come on.
There has been so many surgeries that where this doctor's trying to get up close and trying to get near the pineal gland. What is it that you know?
Come on.
It's located directly behind the eye. It's an important endocrine gland that produces a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin plays a key role. Now listen to this. In the sleep, wake cycle, and the body responds to sunlight. Did you hear what I said? It plays a role in the sleep, wake cycle. So we've already taught that the disciples were what? Sleep. The disciples fell asleep. Melatonin, now listen now, it's activated by sunlight. It's controlled by the various biorhythms of the body. And when the pineal gland awakens, one feels a vibration at the base of the brain.
Come on.
Roll with me.
Continue silent.
This pineal gland is the energy center center of the body.
How much it cost?
The energy center of the body.
Come on.
Now listen.
Come on, Gabby.
Jesus said in Matthew 4:16 says, the people living in the darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. Now I said that it's activated by what? Light.
Light, the sun.
Now listen to the next Bible verse in Matthew 6:22. Says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Good teaching.
That single eye that it talks about.
Right.
See, most of you got one eye, you would think that's what? A handicap.
Come on, right.
So it wasn't talking about the pair of eyes that Allah have given you, that is manifested, that people can see. But there's a solo eye that one cannot see that remains a secret.
Come on.
What's the problem?
The supreme wisdom talks about the rusty lock.
Come on.
Damn, Jesus.
Why would one be rusty?
Come on. Teaching. Teaching.
See, one gets rusty when it just kind of sits there for a while and it's not been used.
Never has not been filed.
I want to look at melanin.
Come on, Jehovah, get right.
Because what we know about melanin, brothers and sisters, is we black. We black, we have melanin, right?
Right.
The blacker you are, the more melanin you have.
So what?
Come on.
Psych bar.
Melanin is the racial features that you see. Blackness, curly hair, broad nose,
Come on.
thick lips.
Come on.
Melanin is the key to our survival.
It is.
So all those distinct factors that you can look at one another, take a look at your neighbor next to you. And I want you to see some thick lips. I want you to see a broad nose. I want you to see some curly, natural hair.
Yeah.
Still good looking?
Highly excited.
Melanin does not only give the skin pigmentation its color, but it is the key to our survival.
That's right.
Brothers and sisters, how do you know that melanin is going to keep us hanging on? What are we hanging on to? You're telling me melanin alone?
Nobody can
Come on and teach.
It's also taught and studied that melanin is complex to understand. Well, whenever you hear complexity and you hear mystery, you know that Allah is upon the face of the deep. It says that it cannot be analyzed. We're talking about melanin now.
Right.
Melanin can't be analyzed. It cannot be broken apart. It can't be fingerprinted. It's a mystery to modern scientists.
That's it, got it.
Now listen what it is to you, black man and woman. Our body is a total replica of the universe. It says every single chemical present in the earth can be found in our body.
Right. Us. That's right.
Right? No need to ask about it.
Every chemical is found in our bodies. The galaxies, the seas, the soils, and food, and the womb of mothers all contain the presence of this complex chemical substance called melanin. The heart, the liver, the muscles, the nerves, the intestines, and 12 locations of the brain. I thought it was interesting that it talks about the 12 locations of the brain. What do we know about the number 12?
Come on, pull it in.
What's being measured here today, brothers and sisters?
Come on, share.
We cannot be a spooky people and build a nation.
Not at all.
It's even present in the egg and the sperm.
Come on. Come on, son.
Melanin.
Come on, Department of Chemistry. Let's get it.
See, when you thought you hate your color,
When
when you thought that you were hated because you were so dark, and you put darkness with ugliness together,
That's right.
you start looking at this melanin.
That's right.
But did you know that not everybody is able to obtain this melanated into their present condition? They grew a bony substance called calcium on their pineal gland, which then it started to restrict a very minimum amount of melanin and making their pineal gland non-functional.
Come on, say it again.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, we heard you.
It started, so you were born with that pineal gland,
Which is correct.
but then in your mutated state, Allah covered it with something called calcium,
And then it's out.
which then your pineal gland, had become non-functional.
Right.
We're talking about the enemy.
One day.
You're not hearing me.
Teach.
Melanin makes people human. It connects people with the creative forces of the universe. And it says that less than 15% of white can produce any melanin at all.
Look at that.
Are you with me?
Yeah, we with
Do
you.
you see why we are hated?
I see you.
But in this case, it's with the cause. But a cause why we say it's unknown because you and I didn't know how valuable we were.
Oh well.
Let's continue digging. Let's look at the blessings of melanin.
Wow.
One, melanin gives the ability to reach higher levels of performance.
I see excited.
Look at the black man and woman in brown in sports. Everything that we do. Look at music. Look at the education. Everything that the black man and woman does.
It's what?
The black woman, you produce babies.
Business fine.
But you produce babies of all hues.
And not real. We're not Ashgar.
And also the ability to maintain a high energy level in adverse conditions.
Ashgar.
Come on now.
Did you know that melanin has the potential to transform solar, electromagnetic energy, electricity, microwave, sound rays, radio wave, TV, X-rays, cosmic rays, and all into kinetic energy? What is kinetic energy? It is the energy to make you and I get up and move something.
Come on. That's
Which is
right.
healing. Which is healing.
That's right.
Not money.
Teach.
Wow,
TIE.
look at that. So all these different energies that are out there, we're able to transmit all of that into kinetic energy.
Gabby go be a guardian.
So he says adverse conditions. Haven't you and I been in adverse conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Since we came over here in the shores of North America. But we were able to stand the test of time. Number three, the ability to delay the aging process and protect us from a development of skin cancer.
Fire sight.
You ever heard them say what? Black don't crack. You look at your brother and sister and you say, but you look so young. You say, you 60 years old?
Oh, right.
We have a sister that's in Austin now, and she used to be here. You all know Sister Constance. And I look at this sister's in her 70s, and she is one of the most spring chickens. She run up and down, and she's still on post. Age doesn't matter. So who made the age matter?
The tools.
Think about it.
The melanin in our skin protects us from harmful rays of the sun. Vitamin D. You all heard of vitamin D before.
Yes, ma'am.
And 9 times out of 10, we're vitamin D sufficient. If you've gone to the doctor and you had your labs drawn, the doctor come back and say, well, you need a little bit more vitamin D. Vitamin D is called the sunshine. The sunshine. So where do we get vitamin D from?
Thirst.
Out in the sun.
We get them thirst.
What are we lacking? Out of the sun.
Respect.
So where the sun is calling for his people, and on the other instance, the sun has to deflect another kind of people.
Yeah, weird.
See, not everybody can be out in the sun, black man and woman. You falling in love with yourself yet?
No.
See, when one can come into the sun and get skin cancer, anything natural that's produced by the God, it has to be natural for you to get that. And if it's not natural, then you have to question if you're natural.
Cyber is shit. Cyber.
the graftation process has to be looked into a little bit more.
Yours.
5, it has a miraculous ability to duplicate itself, and the first chemical which can capture light and reproduce itself.
That's right.
Boy, that melanin is tough. It's something about this melanin.
You can't produce light without light.
Melanin gives us intelligence. You know how we can look back in the Egyptian times? And what do we say? How did they build those pyramids? There was a form of intelligence then. And did you know out of Kemet, Egypt, the Europeans came in and stole all of that. The knowledge that was taken from the black man and woman. The Egyptian. They took the knowledge and took it to Greece.
It was the universe.
And this is where you have your Illuminatis, your Freemasons. Because knowledge is a what? 360 degrees. But where did it come from? It came from you and I. Knowledge is power. Let's cipher on the knowledge.
Knowledge is Trinity.
Do you think the enemy already knows this? Are we surprised about this?
What is the voice you ain't got to know?
The enemy knows more than what we think they know. So I asked the question before, why all the killing? Why bring a false doctrine to a people? Why hate on a people? Why? Why? Because you and I are gods. That's right. Children of the Most High God.
That's right.
And let's look at this.
One day.
With the knowledge of self plus melanin equals G-O-D. So we said Master Prophet Muhammad came to make gods. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that you've got to know thyself. And after knowing thyself, you will then what? Fall in love with thyself. He said that you got to love thyself. If you cannot love thyself, you cannot love everybody else the same. We cannot be a spooky people today and think we're going to build a nation.
Come on.
Now let's look at this. There are some things that must be done in order for us to take advantage of this melanin, brothers and sisters. You must have good sleeping habits. Now, let's listen to this. Because some of us have 2 and 3 jobs. We striving to just make it just to survive, right? Some of us don't get any sleep at all. Some of us fall asleep at the wrong time.
Come on.
Right.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
But listen what it says there. It says at sleeping time, melanin is produced from about 10 p.m. to 6 o'clock in the morning. It said that's production time. As you sleep, melatonin is released to serve as a bath to the brain, and it creates the molecular, the condition of a communication for the inner visions to take place.
Yes. Yes.
But we're working. We're tired. We're a tired people. He said one must have good eating habits. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad brought us what? How to eat to live. Did we think he just wanted to bring books so he can say I had #1 seller? Why can't we get into these books? Why can't we feel it? Why can't we have an understanding of why we have to eat properly? Because one has to be a proper conductor. There are things that one must do to be able to tap into this melanin that you and I have inside of ourselves. He told us to eat between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Did we think he was just giving us an instruction? This is why the Dianetics is so important, because some of us can't take instruction.
That's right.
Just because you told me, I'm going to do other than.
Come on.
Therefore, there comes death.
Yes.
He says to eat between 4 and 6. Why? There's a time and a place for everything. He says that There should be no skin bleaching. Because we don't love ourselves, black men and women, because we don't see the value in self, because we don't see the God in ourselves, we hate the blackness of ourselves, we will change that hue. He said, don't bleach your skin. Be who you are. He says that no hair relaxing. Are we taught, sisters and honorable Elijah Muhammad, let your hair grow and be natural. Your hair is your beauty. Leave your hair alone. Oh, praises to Allah. He says no intoxicants. We need a clean environment to activate, to get this melanin flowing in our bodies. But see, some of us we are brought up in these not so clean environments. You've got to be clean in your minds to be able to activate this melanin. I want you all to listen to this clearly. So we're taught that light activates the pineal gland, correct? It says at night, in the absence of light, signals are sent, which then the stimulation of the is called the pineal cells. So then you're talking about the cells now, triggers the production and the release of the hormone melatonin. It is then secreted by the pineal gland, enters into the bloodstream, where it flows to target cells throughout the body. In the brain, it causes a sense of drowsiness that is associated with nighttime. Could it be that we are stuck in this nighttime process? Why did the disciples fall asleep, and how did they fall asleep? And how can you be asleep all day long?
Come on now. Come on.
Can we be stuck on the track? And I'm talking about we need a real light. See, melanin is activated by real light. Not an artificial light. There's a difference. And we'll get to that in a moment. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan today is the black man and woman's light. He is the real light.
That's right.
Now, the artificial light is this false doctrine that is given to you and I, the lies that are given to you and I to keep us in this sleepy drowsiness mentality. It is time to wake up, disciples of Allah. It is time to wake up, gods. Because the God is on the scene today. And there's movement that needs to take place. Now, I know this gets a little rough because, see, I didn't like biology either. You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't for biology. Biology would move me to knowing who I was. And if you know who you are, you can move something, right? So let's look at this now. How they affect, how they want to destroy the pineal gland. If you didn't think that you were targeted by anything I've said, listen to this. Fluoride toothpaste.
Come on.
Fluoride destroys the pineal gland.
Yes, ma'am.
How many of us brush our teeth every day? Sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times. Do you not think the enemy knew that fluoride destroys the pineal gland? There's fluoride in the waters. Some of us hadn't been taught to drink the bottled water. And even if we have been taught to drink the bottled water, we don't know which one has the fluoride in it and which one doesn't. They're slick, mischievous. They're going to get you one way or the other. See, that's called real hateration. When somebody has something that you don't have, I don't want you to have it either. I don't want you to be a god. Is it something that the enemy knows? It says that fluoride calcifies the penile tissue and shuts the gland down. If you remember in the beginning, I told you that the penile gland, we're taught that the white man, see, I knew I was coming to this, and I knew they were going to bring up this white man. Boy, they so racist. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's right.
I told you in the beginning that there's a pineal gland, and then that some were born mutated. And through their birth and their process and how they came out, there was a bone that was covered up. And that is why it's calcified. Melanin is not available to everybody. In 1990, a scientist named Jennifer Luke, she did a study on fluoride. She said the pineal gland is the target, black man and woman. It is the target. She says that the pineal gland is a magnet to sodium fluoride. Now we know what a magnet does, right? It pulls and it attracts. So if I introduce the fluoride into your system, what will it do?
Come on now.
Teach us, Sister Christina. Speak on it.
It covers up that inner sight, that third eye that will be able to help see from higher realms of a lie.
Come on now.
So I'm going to back it up again by saying we can't be spooky people and think we're going to build a nation.
That's right.
What did Master Prophet Muhammad have that we didn't have? What did he tap into that you and I don't know how to tap to become an empty vessel for Allah to use? How was he able to go through higher heights? How was he able to be called the what? All in all. Second, Mercury, black man and woman, destroys the pineal gland. You have mercury that is in vaccinations. Now we know our student minister Tony has been an advocate for this vaccination. We wonder about this situation every day, and I'm one that have been kicked out of a doctor's office because I said I will not get my son vaccinated. What do you know, doctor of this world physician? That when every black woman and child that comes to your doctor's office, you want to poke them and inject them and know that mercury is in the vaccination. What do you know about this melanin that you want to shut it down?
Come on.
You've got to be a clean vessel of Allah. Anything of poison will deactivate the melanin. Alcohol.
Alcohol.
This is a beverage of this world. This is a poison that has been introduced into our communities, into these societies. This is a black man's drink. So if I drink, there's something in the alcohol that is good for the soul. This world lives. But there's poison in it, black men and women. Why is alcohol a beverage of choice? Because we're so stressed out. We just don't know that we are gods. There needs to be someone that brings us up to tone scale. There needs to be somebody that lifts us up from the ground, the condition that we're in today. Oh, Allah. Stress. I don't want to be in present time. Give me anything, something, anything that can make me lose all the cares of the world. Oh, this world is so wicked. Black men, this world is on your back. Black men, this world hates your very essence. Oh, but black man, when you find out who you are and what you have in yourself, you find out that you've been on that bottom rail. And it is the God himself that has come after you all. Because when you come up, the minister said when the men are down, the nation is down. But when the men come up, the nation will be up. All praise is due to Allah. This is a calling for you, black men, to the body. Sisters, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that 75% of this teaching and work is with the woman. We're stressed because the world is on our shoulders. world is on our shoulders. But when you stand up, and when you love this black man, even in the condition that he is in today. See, if you love a man when he's down, when he's up, baby, he's all yours.
That's right.
Oh, praise a lot. The wounds. Allah has created us to be his co-pilot. Sisters, you are the bomb. We are the bomb.
That's right.
Because God, now I love you, but God didn't put that on the man. God put that on our shoulders. He said that you are strong enough to be able to give life. Because every time you give life, you go through death. There's a resurrection process that takes place every single time you have a child. All praises be to Allah. You've got to fall in love with yourself, sisters. Not just any type of children. You have the supreme child. Why? Because your child is brought up in adverse conditions. Oh, praises to Allah. The two of us together is what this world fears.
That's right.
Those ranging in ranks.
Come on.
Because I see every black man in a suit and bow tie. Did you know a suit and bow tie only represents that I am done with this world's life? I have given the white man back his beverage of drink. I have given away the cigarettes. I no longer need his drugs anymore. Did you know, sisters, the garment represents I'm done with this way of life? Jesus said you can be in the world, but what? Not of the world. All we want to do is belong to somebody.
Come on.
This is where the cliques come from.
Come on now. Come on.
But we are in the best clique there is. We are in God's clique, you all. We are in the army of Allah. All praises due to Allah. We've got to be careful in what we put in our body. Because the black man and woman, we have a great future. The future's right there. Reach out in front and grab it. What are you waiting on? Why can't we reach out and grab it?
Come on.
Did you know? This is how you know. The enemy has been studying melanin. We just haven't.
Come on.
In my studies, AIDS and herpes
Come on.
are very dominant and prominent in the black community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Number one.
AIDS and herpes. We're number one across the whole board. Let me just say that.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to talk to us really briefly about this AIDS and herpes.
Come on.
Statistically, again, we're number one. Black man and woman.
Come on now.
We attract one another.
Right.
And this thing keeps duplicating itself.
Come on.
But what you didn't know about the AIDS and the herpes, boy, that enemy is something else, boy. That's what happens when you study. When you study something and you know you become a mad scientist, you can go in there and make a whole new people, right? Isn't that what happened with the circle of the circle of gods?
Right.
So Baz was like, look, I gotta go make a people.
Yeah.
Now listen to this really quickly. Herpes and AIDS virus, they're activated by light. Keep in mind of everything that I just talked to you about the melanin.
Right.
Now look at this. Herpes and AIDS has an element very similar to the melanin. So once they meet, they form a very strong, unbreakable alliance. What did they know about introducing this into our community?
That's right.
I've got to stop them one way or the other.
That's right.
I've got to stop them one way or another. We must detox the pineal gland and activate this eye.
That's right. Come on.
Brothers and sisters, it is time for us to stop asking this non-melanated man to help us out of a condition that they put us in. It's time. They can't give you nothing but hell. They've done enough. And guess what? After this day forward, there's nothing that they can do to you ever again.
Right.
If you keep yourself down, it's yourself that's keeping yourself back. It's not the white man no longer anymore. We've got to tap into higher planes of Allah. There's God in every single one of us. You've got to know that. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, when you're looking at a brother and sister, whether it be black or brown, you're looking at God. But you've been taught that. You know that. But we got to believe it. It's time to understand that today. Let's look at this. We're taught, sisters, you don't stare a brother in his eyes. Isn't that right? When you talk to an FOI, when you talk to a brother in the street, you don't look at his eyes.
Right.
You don't look at his eyes.
He's that tall that he fit.
But you look at his eyes. See, there's a difference in it. There's a difference in it. There's a different attraction when you look at him and it's a solo eye.
That's right.
Because when you look at the God, that attraction is not attraction of this down, this nasty, low world. So I always wondered, and I had asked the question when I first came in, for not disrespecting the brother, then where can I stare him at? And I was told, just look at his forehead. Because they didn't rule to talk to somebody looking like, yes, sir. And I said, you know. But I was told, just look at his forehead. Why the forehead? Because I can see clearly deep into his heart and soul. All praise to God. Woo. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. We have been in this sleep zone for far too long, brothers and sisters. Allah God is on the scene.
That's right.
How do you know?
Come on now.
How is it, brothers and sisters, that you would know that Allah God, no matter what you've been calling him, is on the scene? Because it's easy, you know, ooh, God show is great.
Come on.
But our conditions be so low.
Right.
God is going to make a way somehow. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pray to God.
Right.
And we wait and we wait and we wait and we wait and keep waiting. The head turns gray and we wait and we wait and we wait. And some of us are out here before we can even get to that particular point. But how can we do it and start the process now? He says, set yourself in heaven when?
At once.
Next week? When?
At once.
At once. How do you do that?
Come on.
How would he say that? Why would he say that if it couldn't happen?
Right.
It's the knowledge of yourself.
Right.
It's the knowledge of myself. We've been through so many different things. So you say, how does this lecture fit in with Dianetics? How doesn't anything? Everything fits into Dianetics.
That's right.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the man on the scene.
That's
today.
right. That's right.
You've got to take that or let it alone.
That's right.
You've got to take that or let it alone. There's no job in the day.
Come on now.
That man today is the only one that's on the scene. That's talking about this world. That's talking about this government. That's talking about all of the things that is done to the black man and woman, and believe it or not, what's done to the white people as well.
That's right.
Some of us didn't like that.
Come on.
But if this is a man who is going to save humanity, don't you got to know who you are? You got to know what role you're playing. So if I'm playing the role of the killer, the death, and the that Jesus is crushing the wicked, how would you not know who Jesus is today? Oh, I know it hurts. It does. And it saddens me. Because no matter how much we can talk today, see, today's a little different for me. Those of you that have followed me and you've heard me speak, I always have a rah-rah session. And I come up in here and some call me a Baptist preacher, right? Because I get up in here and I rah-rah. But Allah said that's not the spirit today. He said, I need you to calm yourself. And see, my husband, he'll sit in there, he'll tell me, all right, Sister Christina, this is what you did, this is what you did, you need to do this, you need to do that. But Allah has calmed the waters today, Brother Reggie. Allah has calmed the waters today because, see, certain things can only be taught in a certain manner. You can't rush this one. I can't rah-rah this one. The rah-rah effect will be when you get it, when I get it, and we can move out and do what's necessary. That's when we can rah-rah. Oh, praise the Lord. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That man there. See, some of us know him just for 2017. Some of us been knowing him since 2015, 2010. But if you followed, if you studied the life of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, black men, you will fall more in love with him. Let me say something to you really quick. The only reason why you dislike Farrakhan, if you do, is because of what this world has said.
Right.
The only reason why, if we look kind of crazy and squint our eyes a little bit at Farrakhan, is because of what this world has said. This man is on the scene today. This man brought to us. This is my example. If you all had seen me 20 years ago, you would have been like, Lord, have mercy. And they really let you on the rostrum? They really let you on the rostrum. This man bought and went out and tried for himself something called Dianetics. But see, one thing that's great about a leader, and you know that it's a true leader, if the leader tries it on himself first. That's right. See, many times you have leaders that say, here, try this, call me tomorrow. But you looking like what you're teaching me, you haven't even tried it and you doing this. And then we just say, oh, the hell, I don't want to do this no more. I try to go to church, but I don't want to do this no more. I go to the mosque and my leadership may not be, I don't want to do this no more. And we give up on ourselves. But this man tried Dianetics on himself. Way before you and I do. There's a reason why you all have survived in adverse conditions. What the melanin does, you are a strong breed. See, many people wouldn't be able to handle the things that you and I have gone through. Think about it. Whatever your living arrangements are today, think about some people. When I look at my homeless brothers and sisters that are out there, some of us couldn't withstand that. We've got to be thankful for where we are. We all are an example for each other. I drove up and I seen tents lined up on the side underneath the bridge. Sisters, you and I will crack and crumble over those living conditions. But as I seen the homeless people came out of those tents, I saw a sense of happiness. Oh, wait a minute now. A sense of happiness to be able to say, I own this tent. This tent belongs to me. It's something about ownership. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan went in and he studied Dianetics. And he told us, he said, I found something that can help and that can unlock those rusty locks. I found something that even if your pineal gland may have been rubbed or the spiny bone started developing, I found something that can shatter that bone. I found something. Because I know the condition that the black man and woman is in. You know your condition. I don't even have to sit here and talk about the conditions of ourselves. Can no other people stand it? But for you and I to come up in here and be beautiful, and to be able to be smiling, to have some type of ownership, I want you today to have an ownership of Almighty God Allah. I want you to take that man, I want you to say, He's my God, and there's nothing that no one else can do about it. Regardless of how much you know today. He's your God. This man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, found something. There's a process called Dianetics. It is an auditing process as to what we do. You know how we always want to have somebody that we can talk to. It's hard being by yourself. But when you can have somebody just to listen to all of your problems, don't it make you just feel just a little bit better? Just a little bit. Little taste, right? So this is a process where he told us that there are so many problems. The black man and woman today, he said, they need to get this stuff off of their shoulders. Because something is weighing the black man down. You don't walk like you used to walk anymore. Something is weighing the sisters down. We don't talk like we used to talk anymore. In this book, I wanted to start off. I'm not going to read it verbatim because I'm not going to have a whole Dianetic session. Everybody be up here, be up underneath. But there are steps that you have to go through. Now, I want you to listen to these steps. It tells you basically that you're going to remain aware of every single thing. So as you're talking to your person that's talking with you, you're going to know everything that's taking place. Right. So it says that you can get yourself out of anything. Anything you get into. If you don't like it. Now, when has somebody ever given you a choice like that? We've never been given choices like that. Now, that's a purity respect, Sister Connie. Ain't nobody ever asked me what I think about something. So then it goes again. Now, listen to this next step it talks about. It tells you to just close your eyes. It wants you to close your eyes because what you see from this world, you can see them through these eyes. Close your eyes, but go into the third eye and see everything. Everything that the God has gone through. See, sometimes we forget about that step. We say, why me, Lord? And he says, why not you? When all those have become before you have gone through that and much more. And not just that, look how God created himself. And if we think that process was very easy, we've out of our minds. And it goes on to tell you, you can cancel out a word, basically. In the end, after we've gone through everything that we talked about, all of your problems and everything that I've suggested, it will hold no force with you. No force. Only when I say the word cancel. Canceled. Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow. Now look at this. Everything that we thought. Now your eyes are closed from this physical world. Because this is where all the pain is. And this is the solution to get us out of our pain so we can reach into that Godhood now. Everything will be canceled. And it's not going to hold any force with me. See, did you know force is an enneagram for the most of us in here? Right. That's right. Now, the question that it asked you is that let's go to the earliest moment of pain or discomfort. Bam! But you can only take it one pain, one discomfort at a time. So the black man and woman, we want to give it all. I want you to listen to everything. But the good thing about Dianetics, this is what people have done to you. See, people say, you know, I want people to be in my business, to know my business and what's going on. I ain't finna go there. Them some nosy people. Gonna tell all my business. Let's go to we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's go to the early moment of pain and discomfort. Instantly, pain starts coming up in your mind. It comes up in your mind. The pain that just happened before you came into the mosque. Then you got the pain that you just happened. You may have had an argument with your husband and wife, right? You got that pain. Then your children pain you. Then you go to your job pain you. Everywhere is pain, pain, pain. So you have something that's called time track.
That's right.
So this time track is like a television because it takes you from the pain that just took place. But I need to get to the root of the pain. I need to get to the first pain that ever took place in your life. And did you all know that the first pain that took place in our lives was when we were in the womb?
That's right.
We were in the womb. Sisters, we've got to value our pregnancy.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. One of my auditing procedures, my process that I went through, I was actually speaking the words that my mother and father was saying when I was in my mother's womb. I heard you, mama and daddy. Tell me what happened here. What happened there? I wanted to know, not knowing, I'm making sure that this conversation really took place. And guess what? The conversation really took place. We've got to value the ears of our babies, of our unborn babies. It's very, very important. And if words is that important to an unborn child, how are words to you and I amongst each other? Words are very piercing. So once you go to this painful situation, then it tells you to begin at the beginning of that pain and what? Go over it, recount it. Tell me about your pain, black man. Tell me about your pain, black woman. But see, sometimes the pain is so deep. Well, most of the time, the pain is so deep, we want to push it out of our minds. So sometimes this person is listening to you, which is called your auditor, they will help you out because you say, what do you see? I don't see nothing. What do you hear? I don't hear nothing. What do you feel? I feel hurt. Begin at the beginning and recount it.
Come on.
As you recount the pain that you've gone through, black man and woman, it gets real. Because in this Dianetics procedure, in auditing, we don't want you just to remember. We're asking you a heck of a favor. I'm telling your file clerk, I want you to go there. So then guess what? Now you're going to confront that pain that you went through. But I went through it the first time and it hurt so bad. But see, that's what being soldiers of Allah, because real soldiers don't run from pain.
That's right.
All praises be to Allah. Real soldiers, you stand up to pain and say, all right, what you got next? Hit me again. Hit me again. Hit me again. So as you go through this painful situation, you're talking about this pain, this pain, this pain. Then after you go through it, you may have some things that you go through. Some of us may get the pains again and you may start feeling it. Your auditor will say, go back to the beginning. Go over it again. Pick up whatever additional data you can contact. Meaning there's more there. We're going to go down deeper into this pain. Because I want to run this pain out. And you know, after the Dianetics auditing, that's what creates love, brothers and sisters.
Yes, yes.
After you go through your Dianetics process, when you see what comes out of your sister and brother, as you see the pain, only then can you look and say, my sister got my back, bro. My brother got my back. How do you know? Because they're relieving me of my pain that this world has put on me. So go back to the beginning and go over it again. Pick up anything else that's there that you may remember, because you got to know your mind is infinite knowledge and wisdom. You may pick up pains from the slave masters. You say, I wasn't there 400 something years ago. But you'll pick up those pains if you can pick up those valences. If you can step into the valence of mom and dad. If I can step into the valence of great-grandma, great-grandpa. If I can step into the valence of those that have caused us pain. After that, you want to make sure that you run all of that pain out of your brothers and sisters. So just to make sure if that contract is not done, it doesn't seem to be helping, you say, is there an earlier incident like this? Maybe there's more. My job is to go in and find, is there more? Then you want to make sure you ask your brothers and sisters to come to present time. Because when you're in that pain, you don't want to stay in that pain. We've been paying so long, we want to get out of the pain. So you ask them to come to present time. As they come to present time, you see me now where we are, we're in the mosque. Where are we? Then you want to cancel. And you want to give the command to cancel, so there will be no force that'll whip a brother and sister. In closing, I say all this to say, you are now aware of everything which goes on here, brothers and sisters. Everything you can pull yourself now out of anything, right? Anything that you don't like. Listen, anything that you don't like. Are you sick and tired of the enemy just yet? Are you sick and tired of the abuse that has been taking place, black men? Are you sick and tired of the abuse, sisters, that has been going on for the sisters far too much long? Are you aware? You can pull yourself out of anything if you don't like it.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what I want you to do now, you look at this world, because they're going to ask this world what to go ahead and you what? Close your eyes to this old wicked world, Sister Connie.
Come on.
Close your eyes on everything that they have done to you and I.
Oh, God.
Close the pair of eyes. Therefore, the pineal gland, the third eye, will awaken.
Yes.
It's time to come to higher.
Yes.
Then it says we're going to go to the earliest moment of pain and discomfort. What has the world done to you? What has this world done to us? Taken us from a land.
Yes.
It brought us to the shore. We sailed over here on a ship called what? Jesus. Oh, brothers and sisters. You mean to tell me you brought me from Africa? This is what's taught. You put me on a ship named Jesus. And you promised me a sound doctrine that will help elevate me out of the condition of savagery that I'm in. And then when you got me on the boat, all hell broke loose. The things that we saw, throwing the slaves overboard, beating the slave till the slave was no longer even conscious. Come to present time, right? Look at the pains.
Yes.
You provided fluoride. You put fluoride in our water. You put the AIDS and the herpes in our communities.
Yes.
You killed our sons and daughters.
Look at it.
You did all this to us. And what did we do? What did you and I do to deserve this? The constant beatings, the constant shootings. Every time you turn your television, there goes another one.
That's right.
Tyrone got killed today. John got beat by the police today. They almost got him. Every time you turn your television, doesn't it do something to your stomach to hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Look at it. Now I want you to go back to the beginning and go over it again and pick up whatever additional data that you can contact.
Yes. Bring it. Bring it.
Everything that you can contact out of this situation. Out of this situation. You brought me to the shores. I'm here. I'm here in North America. I don't have my real name.
Come on.
The name you gave me was the name that I took. So my last name had become your plantation name. But that's my ownership. You took the black man, you beat him down in front of the woman. Well, the women are sitting there watching the black man get beat. Don't nobody want to be beat. But we sit there and we watch this man beat you to death. How do we feel? What do we see? What do we hear?
Come on now.
What's the tactile of it?
What do you think?
What are you thinking?
Come on.
The sisters, the men sit there and watch the slave masters take him and choose one of his own delights. I want your wife because I can have her. Then the white man come in and he gets your wife and he takes her and she's running away screaming, "Stop, help me!" And there's nothing that you can do, black man. How do you feel? What are you thinking?
Come on now.
What do you see? Are there smells there?
Right. Come on, sister.
Go ahead. Take it there.
On the present time.
Come on.
Go back to the beginning and go over it again and pick up whatever additional data you can contact. You're killing us wholesale. And it's on purpose. And we see that. We understand that. We know that. So what do we do now? Let's go to a pleasure moment.
Come on, beautiful.
Walk into a pleasure moment.
Beautiful.
What do you see? I see somebody coming from the east.
Come on now. Come on, teach.
What do you hear? I hear somebody say, "Assalamu alaikum."
Come on.
What do you smell? I smell bean pies.
Come on.
What are you thinking, beloved? I think that everything is going to be okay.
Be all right. Be all right.
It's gonna be okay. Wow. I think everything is going to be okay. Say it again. I think everything is going to be okay. Say it again. I think everything is going to be okay. feel awake. I feel that I can go out and conquer the world. I feel relieved from the burden that this world has put on me. This is the beginning, black man.
Come on.
This is the beginning,
That's right.
black woman.
Yes, ma'am.
The world is off of our shoulders.
That's right. Let it go.
Just
Come out.
let's do what we have to do. There's nothing that can stop you today, you giants of Allah. There's nothing that can stop you, giants of Allah.
Nothing. That's right. Allah Akbar.
If you'll stop today, it's because you want to be stopped.
Come on.
Allah is on the scene today.
You better believe that.
It's time to wake up, black men and women. Allah, God is here for us. All praises to Allah. You are absolutely precious in the sight of Allah.
That's right.
Now that was a well-needed process that we did. All praises due to Allah. I want to say this. We got to come out of her, my people,
Come on. Go ahead.
that we may not be partakers of her sins. For her sins have reached the what? Heavens.
That's right.
Heaven is here.
Come on now.
How heaven is here. Heaven for you is how high you would allow yourself to go, and the heaven is in the mind of the black man and woman.
Come on.
We've got to come out of her now.
Come on out.
Come out of her from the streets. Come out of her from the church.
Yeah.
Come out of her from work.
Come on.
Come out of her from the mosque. You've got to come out of her, my people,
Yeah.
today.
That's right.
We've got to fall in love with one another.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
That's the only way, black man and woman. If it hurts and pains you, it hurts and pains me. And if I don't feel that way, there's a disconnect. I may have to say it again and say it again. That repeater technique is something else. It's something else.
Yes, ma'am.
Fall in love with each other. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Because he said after the law came what? Love. We're in that hour of love,
Yes,
brothers and
ma'am.
sisters. So all of this, I can't do it. I don't want to holler at my brother. My brother make me sick. I'm done with him.
Come on.
I'm finna blast this Negro.
Come on.
I'm finna go to the cuts down there, South Oak Cliff, and I'm finna go blast on him. You know what we do. Sisters, I can't stand her. She get on my last nerve.
Come on.
Get on my last nerve. I'm just done with her.
Come on.
Fall in love with her.
That's right.
See her pain.
That's right.
Ask your sister, is there anything that I can do to bring you to present time? Because apparently you're not in present time.
That's right.
So all this, I can't. I don't want to deal with this sister no more. I don't want to deal with this brother. I'm not going to get audited. And I know Minister Louis Farrakhan asked for auditors.
That's right.
And he said that Dianetics, being an auditor, you are a spiritual physician.
That's what he said.
Why wouldn't you want to go to the spiritual physician?
Ooh.
So when you're looking at her, you're looking at yourself, so it's like a mirror there.
Ooh.
So all that you see, because she tell my business, she did this and she did that, quit looking in the mirror. Close your eyes and open up your eye and let's go for a session. This is what's going to help us today. This is the process that's going to help us take us to another level. We've got to be obedient.
Got to.
We've got to be obedient. You cannot be a follower unless you are following to the exact. So if you're not a follower, if you're not following to the exact, what does that make you? What does it make you? What does it make me? I oftentimes wonder how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said you can turn hypocrite overnight. I used to say, wow, what is that process of turning hypocrite? Why so fast? Why so fast? Disbelief in ourselves. We have so much pain and discomfort. Misery loves company. Like quadruple. You gotta run the enemy out. You got to run them out. Sisters, if we want to learn how to give birth to a God, and I don't mean just watch the video and say, dang, I did it. Ooh, I did it. I mean, you want to learn how to give birth to a God. It can be a 50-50 chance. You can bring a God in, or you can bring a devil in. But you mean to tell me I have an opportunity now to fix that and work on it? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. We've got to get ready. We've got to have heart. He wouldn't put nothing on us to what we can't handle or bear. And you have to be obedient. We have to listen what he says. We are taught that he will get us safely across the water. On whose shoulders? On his shoulders. Follow 100%. 100% is guaranteed. And I'm not being like in the church, you come over here to the Father and you're black. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you, Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. If you give 100%, guess what you get? At least 100%. The minister asked us to go back to the beginning, go over it again, and pick up whatever additional data we can contact. Some of us used to be so happy in the mosque. Some of us used to be so happy in the church. And some of us used to be so happy at home with our wives and our husband and our children. And all of a sudden something happened and now you're not even happy anymore. You may be really contemplating divorcing her. You may be really even contemplating divorcing him. You may be even contemplating on leaving the mosque altogether. You may be getting ready for the stirs of the yin and yang for hypocrisy. Come on. But this dynamics can help us in our elements. We better check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. And this is the beautiful example, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who we have in our midst today. This man wouldn't give us anything that is not good for us. If you do not know him, I'm asking you to know him for yourself. Don't just listen to what I say, he's a good man. Go study him. Go research him. Pull out your Bible. Pull out your Quran. Pull out your self-improvement. Pull out your whatever you got. Learn of this man. And see who this man's teacher is, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Learn of him. Up to the 4th grade. The 4th grade. And the words that this dear brother brought in with him. Learn of Master Fard Muhammad. That is the true champion in our midst today. He is your champion of God. He is my champion of God. I want to thank all of you for being a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful listening audience. Thank you so much, all the laborers. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in here just to share the words of Almighty God, Allah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you. And I greet you with the greeting words of peace and paradise. We say it in Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum, dear family.